The strongest El Niño ever measured is building in the Pacific right now. Forecasters say it will reshape this winter for billions of people. So, here is a question. When does it arrive? The answer is never. El Niño is not a storm. It is something much stranger, the largest ocean on Earth sloshing back. To see what that means, picture the Pacific the way a physicist does, as a bathtub. A ridiculous bathtub, a third of the planet wide, but a bathtub. And blowing across that bathtub, day and night, are the trade winds, steady winds that push along the equator from the Americas toward Asia. They have blown, more or less non-stop, for as long as we have been watching. Push air across water for long enough, and the water moves. The trade winds drag the sun-warmed surface of the Pacific westward, and it piles up. Literally. Sea level near Indonesia stands about 1.5 feet higher than it does off South America. All that piled up water is the warmest open ocean on the planet, a giant pool holding steady around 86 degrees. Now look at the other end of the tub. Off the coast of South America, the surface water keeps getting dragged away. Something has to replace it, and that something rises from the deep. Cold water, about 14 degrees cooler, loaded with nutrients. So the Pacific normally sits tilted, warm and deep at one end, cold and shallow at the other, held that way by nothing but wind. Here is the part almost nobody explains. What powers the trade winds? The warm pool does. All that 86-degree water drives towering thunderstorms, some of the tallest on Earth. The air rising through them has to be replaced at the surface, and that incoming surface flow is the trade winds. Read that loop again. The winds pile up the warm water. The warm water powers the winds. The whole arrangement is holding itself up, and anything that holds itself up can let itself go. Some years, for reasons we still cannot fully predict, the trade winds slacken, just a little. But a little is enough. With less wind holding it, some of the warm pile slides back east. The thunderstorms follow their warm water, which weakens the winds further, which releases more warm water. The slip feeds on itself. That runaway slosh is El Niño. The slosh is slow and enormous. Great waves of warm water surge back across the Pacific below the surface, taking 2 to 3 months to cross. When they arrive, they bury the cold upwelling zone under a deep, warm lid. Peruvian fishermen noticed centuries ago. Some years, around Christmas, a warm current appears and the anchovy catch collapses. They named it El Niño, the boy child. They were seeing the far end of the slosh. So why should you care about warm water moving 5,000 miles away from you? Because rain follows the warm water. Those towering thunderstorms are the single biggest engine of rising air on the planet, and during El Niño, the entire engine moves east. And when it moves, the jet stream, the high-altitude river of air that steers every storm in your sky, has to bend around its new position. That one bend rearranges winters across the world. The southern United States tips wetter and stormier. The northern states tip milder. And high over the Atlantic, the shifted winds turn hostile to hurricanes, shearing storms apart before they can organize. That is why forecasters expect one of the quietest hurricane seasons in years, this year of all years. One event making California wetter and unmaking hurricanes at the same time. Storms do not do that. Sloshes do. And that is the aha. El Niño never comes to you. Nothing travels from the Pacific to your town. The world's weather is one connected machine, and the tropical Pacific is its biggest moving part. When the ocean lets go, the whole machine shifts its rhythm, and your winter changes from 5,000 miles away, without a single storm arriving from anywhere. Which brings us back to right now. The Pacific is already almost 5 degrees warmer than normal along the equator. Warmer this early than anyone has ever measured. And forecasts say it may pass the two giants everyone measures against, the El Niños of 97 and 2015. And still, with satellites watching every mile of that ocean, we could not tell you exactly why the winds began to slip this year. The tub keeps its secrets. So this winter, when a forecast blames El Niño, you will know what is actually happening. No storm, no arrival, a fan easing off, a warm pile letting go, and a planet's weather rearranged. Phanuel Studios makes one complex idea click every week. Subscribe and bring your curiosity.